We will speak more and more about Justin and Catherine's mastership as they have already commenced their mastership to step into mastery, but they are not living like masters. We are speaking of this in this way, in a third dimensional way, for you to understand the difference between the third dimensional thinking and instruction compared to the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and up to the 12th dimensional instruction. If we speak about you in the third person, that person does not exist anymore because they have listened to the instruction and they have then evolved and gone beyond that. There is mastership in all aspects. There is mastership in ordering your food. There is mastership in eating your food. There is mastership in secreting your food. There is mastership in shedding your light and sharing it to everywhere. The words are coming out very fast. She's slowing down to try to catch up. It's coming through faster as the energy is not integrated correctly at this time. We have tried to integrate as fast as we can for this information to come through, as the consciousness and collective is already at the attraction point. Now it is time for the mastership, which is giving. You don't have to be a master and complete unity currency and complete the understanding. You have to be a master before stepping into the giving. The attraction part, attracting things to you, being the attraction point, and understanding this is mastership. There is no journey beyond that. So if you can accept the information that you are already a master and you have attracted everything and you are the attraction point and you fundamentally understand the law of attraction, you can now step into that understanding of giving. This needs to be made very clear for the people that are listening, or the people that you are teaching, or the people that are practicing this, that if they don't feel worthy of being a master, then they cannot truly step forward into the spiral, into the next quadrant of giving. You have given a different understanding and a different timeline to the word master and mastership, as master seems to be an authority word higher than what you are. However, it is not. It is all aspects of you. You are not a slave to anybody. You are your own master. One moment. So as we were speaking about stepping into your mastery, really owning that you are a master of attraction, for that's what you are. That is in every cell, in every piece of your energetic imprint. You are a master of attraction. That's why you are here. You attracted this life. You're attracted to be here. You're attracted through to come through the spiral and have this experience out the other side. So if you can accept that you are a master, then you can move on to the next quadrant, which is giving. In the giving quadrant, we have the self, the collective, and the planet. The same 3 subcategories as the attraction quadrant. The main difference is stepping into the giving, you must feel worthy, you must be worthy, and you must step into your mastership. For only masters of the self, masters of the collective, and masters of the planet are able to give without condition. The main point of the giving quadrant is to unlearn condition. For if you are giving anything, it must be out of the purity of your light, the purity of your heart, the purity of your love. And we ask that you step into your mastership before stepping into giving, because as a master, you don't need anything in return. You already know you have it all within you. There is nothing external or outside of you that you can get from anyone else or from anything else. And it's not about selflessly giving, because there is intention in your giving. There is just no condition in your giving. Allow us to clarify. If you are giving something to yourself, for example, let's say for the self, I am giving myself the gift of rest. Even with this example, you can already understand some resistance in conditioning, because I'm giving myself the gift of rest, full stop. With the conditioning understanding, you'd be giving yourself the gift of rest so that you have more energy later. That's a condition. You're not giving yourself unconditionally. I am giving myself rest so that I can, because I only have this much time. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to take that opportunity to rest. The condition is you are on a timeline. You are on a clock. You are on a clock that doesn't exist. So it's really about peeling back all of those conditions that you are unaware of, and bringing them to your awareness and giving them back to the light. So when you go to this quadrant and you're giving to the self, the collective, and the planet, we would always start with the self, because these are the ones that are the hardest, because there is so much conditioning about what you can give to yourself. It's very easy to say that I want to give light, love, and energy to the collective for the consciousness to upgrade to a 5th dimensional level of love and understanding. There's not so much condition in that sentence, but when it comes to the self, we have so many conditions of unworthiness and routine and habit and health and wealth and mental health, that it's very hard to select something to give to the self that has absolutely no limitation and no condition that comes with it. So in this exercise, start with the self and see how many things you will write down, and then go through each one of those and ask yourself, is this gift I'm giving to myself, or is this item I am giving to myself in my purest and highest joy and love? And if it's a yes, then you keep that thing in the quadrant. If it's a no, or if it's a, well, if I do that, then I will do this. And then if I do that, I will do this. And it's about giving and taking and giving and receiving, right? For clarity, it is not. That's why there is a separate quadrant for receiving. If it was a giving, receiving quadrant, then both of those items would be in one, but they are not. They are a distinct energy individually. If your example is, I am giving money to a charity, this is out of the purest joy of my heart. I have no expectation of anything to come back to me. That's just what a good person does. And I feel good when I give money to charity. The layers of awareness in this example If you are a master and you are mastered attraction and you have now mastered the self, does charity exist in your dimensional reality? If in your attraction quadrant you wanted to attract for the collective and for the planet a self-sustaining, vibrationally high planet, does charity exist there? So you can see the direct link between your attraction and your giving. So it's very encouraging to go back to your attraction quadrant, and from the things that you wrote down, from the things that you've attracted or are attracting, how does that then move forward into your giving? Because if you're going back to a life that you haven't attracted anymore because it's no longer in your attraction quadrant, then you're bringing yourself back into a different timeline. You're bringing the collective back into a different timeline. You're bringing the planet back into a different timeline. Think of stepping into the giving quadrant as creating your own timeline. You've done the law of attraction, you've done the attraction quadrant, you've already attracted the item, the life, the thing. It's done. It's already in the quantum field, it's done. Now, from there, from that point of energy, from that light, from that attraction point, what are you giving for yourself? What are you giving for the planet? What are you giving for the collective? And does that align with your attraction? This is why the work is not easy. There are so many layers to the self, the collective, and the planet. And there are so many layers within. It's a web. It's a web of multifaceted, dimensional timelines and realities. But if you can give yourself a new timeline, if you can give the planet a new timeline, if you can give the collective a new timeline, what does that mean? The other thing we want to be clear about is giving time. If you are a master and you're creating your own timeline, then time is only existent when you think about it or when it comes to your attention. So for the self, I'm giving myself time. What does that mean? For the collective, I'm giving myself time. I'm spending time in school teaching a person how to read, or I'm giving my time volunteering at this other thing, or I'm giving my time at an hospital to make people smile and feel better. I'm giving my time to my family and to my children. I'm giving time to the planet to allow it to shift and to adjust. I'm giving all this time. However, time is not yours to give. Time is outside of you. And if you're in your mastership and you can understand that it's only things within you and external factors are not relevant anymore, then you can take the ownership to create the timeline. There is no time to give anything or anyone. We hope that the words that we are saying is giving you clarity, because your soul and your light and your spiral in your light body can understand the vibrational tones in which we are transmitting right now. But your mind may feel resistance. And that is only because this is a new understanding to you, or a new learning, which you'll have to adjust those brain waves to be in more of an understanding mode. This is why mastership is so important before you step into the giving. It's releasing all that no longer serves you from every aspect of you. And the whole spiral can only continue after the ignition in the attraction quadrant. It can only continue and gain momentum in the giving. And you can do the writing it down exercise and finding, okay, if I want to give this, why? Is it out of the pure joy of my heart? Is it out of the pure energy of my self? Is it out of the purity of light? And then you do the same for the collective and for the planet. And once you have those things there, you'll need to check, okay, am I giving 3 things to the self and 0 to the planet? Am I giving 3 to the collective and nothing to anything else? So just look at the balance of your giving as well. Now the bottom part of your quadrants are done. You have the attraction on the left and you have your mastership of giving on the right. And that in itself needs to be balanced. For the spiral doesn't have obstacles. It's free flow. There are no speed humps or traffic lights. It needs to flow. And it can gain momentum through that quadrant of giving if there are no obstacles to remove. So then once you've done the practice of the giving, you can look at your attraction and make sure that what I'm attracting or what I've already attracted through the 0 point is now at the level where I'm at to give to the self, to give to the planet, to give to the collective. Because that's the version of light that I need to be at. That's the version of light that I am. That's my mastership. And if you can understand, you are the self, you are the collective, you are the planet. What are you giving? This practice may take some time and some conversations to remove further blocks or limitations. And this is why live sessions of communication back and forth will very much assist people in this journey of giving, because listening to other people go through their limitation and come up with items that they really, truly, purely want to give, this will help others to see the example and to be the example. Do you have any questions about this quadrant?
But what is actually giving to the planet?
A nourishment, love, light, connection. That is giving to the planet. Healing. That is giving to the planet. The planet is if we could say that the planet, out of all of these quadrants of unity currency and divine creation, the planet is giving. It sits in that quadrant. You could say that the sun and the moon are the attraction and the manifestation, and the earth, this planet, it would be in the giving gratitude to the planet. And we want to also clarify, the planet does not just mean the piece of grass in your backyard. It means the waters, the sky, the forests, the species, the animals, the mountains, the rocks, the pebbles, all of the consciousness that is the planet, the inner earth. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
We understand that unity currency is a process of understanding and stepping into your mastery and stepping into your light. However, it is needed for the evolution of humanity and consciousness. So at some level, if you are called to do this work, you have already done enough work on yourself, on the collective, and on the planet to be aware of where those limitations are and to want to step into the mastery to show the light, to be the healer, to do whatever it is that your soul passion is to do. This is not a one trick pony attraction meditation. This is shifting your vibration and integrating a new version of you in a new timeline for you and the collective and the planet. It is divine creation, energetic work. Allow the process to take its course and support each other through the soul sessions. Thank you.
Thank you.